Haeven, how you doing?
I'm good.
I mean, I miss you, but we're fighting because I haven't seen you since like our interview. What's going on?
To be fair, you haven't left your house either since like the interview, so.
I thought I was gonna out her, but she outed me. Haeven, how have you been?
I've been okay. I've been good. I've been very good, actually. I'm in a good headspace for once in like 4 years, so I'm
You
good.
know, it's interesting you say that because I remember the last conversation we had, right? And it got a bit deep.
Yeah, it did.
You know, about, you know, your mental, where you're at, coming out of your shell, so to speak, accepting your sound. Like we spoke so much about all these things. And I want to thank you for being or allowing yourself to be that vulnerable. Taking it back then to that conversation, when you look back on allowing yourself to be vulnerable, do you feel like, that was a bit too much?
No, I feel like, if anything, I wish I had done that sooner because, I mean, saying things out loud is different to, like, you know, feel or speculate things. But once you say them out loud and it becomes real, it's much easier to deal with and tackle and stuff like that and you know, actually come to terms with the reality. And I was in a dark place. So, yeah, it really was helpful to be able to say, like, hey, I'm not okay. And that's okay. Yeah. And especially a lot of people in my industry, in the music space, are not doing well as well, especially males. And males aren't really allowed to have that conversation where they're like, I'm not doing okay as easy because they're supposed to be hard and stuff like that. So yeah,
that's true. How did you get out of these places, you know, these dark spaces you were in? So it's because it's very interesting you said this industry. And I think that's really, really insightful because we see the glitz and the glamour. The music videos, oh, you look good. You're making money, you're having a good time. But behind the scenes, it might not always be the case. So how did you deal with these difficulties? And what were some of those dark moments for you?
I think there was no way to get around it than to get through it, which meant like I had to sit down and kind of deal with all the things that I had been neglecting, pushing to the side. And it's very humbling. It's a very ego death situation to be like, hey, you messed up in that category. Own it and then, you know, own it, forgive yourself and keep it pushing. It's even harder to forgive other people, especially when they haven't like, you know, asked for any. But I think for me, I was at the lowest. I had to reach the lowest of the lowest where, like, you know, I faced betrayal. I faced, like, a lot of, like, pain. You know, a lot of pain where the literally only thing to do was go up and stuff like that. So, yeah, it took me 6 months. 6 months of staying in my house. I was terrified of people.
So these things, being as open as you are, where depression, anxiety, you were facing all these things together. Is that fair to say?
Yes, quite some. And I struggle with BPD, so there's that as well.
What's BPD?
So BPD is like borderline personality disorder, which is like, it's a mood disorder where, you know, the science of it is the faculties in your brain that regulates emotion may be a little deficient. Sometimes your amygdala is a little smaller than it usually is, but it's not something that you're born with. It's something that manifests as a result of trauma. So your brain shapes itself to avoid emotion because, you know, to protect yourself from dealing with it. So you struggle with either like you do the extreme or you don't do it all. And so in those situations, it can make it very hard to trust your own like mood, trust your own values, trust your own instinct and stuff like that because, you know, you could, and you are self-aware that you could be one step away from ludicrous, but also like your pain is valid type stuff. Yeah.
So how do you go about making your music? In terms of, is it more difficult or does the music make it easier? Because music is a form of expression, it's a form of communication, it's a form of telling people, you know, I'm doing this, but in a, so to speak, fun way at times. So was the music an outlet for you?
Most definitely. I think that, I mean, everything I put in the music is everything that I feel. I think also that, unfortunately, my creativity is linked to my emotional disturbance because when I was on medication, it was very hard for me to like make music. But yeah, it's both a blessing and a curse. But thankfully, music is this outlet where I can say I'm not okay and I can reach other people who are not okay. And then like we can build some kind of community without ever having to meet. And it's crazy. It's insane. It's beautiful.
Have you ever sat down? I think you might not have, but have you ever taken a step back or sit back and say, these things I talk about, these things I've been through, these things I'm being open about, are helping people. They're inspiring. But I don't know if you have, because a lot of people go through these things. They're like, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just letting it be. But people watching this are going through what you're going through.
Yeah.
They don't have, it might be platforms.
Yeah.
They don't have the friends, the family to express themselves to.
Yeah.
Sometimes even finances, because these things are expensive at times to deal with. Do you know how much you inspire people? You help people?
It shocks me. Like, sometimes I get like really lengthy messages and I print them out and I put them on my fridge so that I never let it get to my head when I'm tweaking. But also, like, whenever I feel low, I look at them and it kind of gives me that burst of inspiration. One thing I'm struggling with now after like healing is that when I was deep in the middle of it, like I really didn't appreciate stuff that I was putting out. I didn't really think that much of it. But now I'm almost dissociated in that. I'm like, oh my God, I did that. And I mean, I guess it gives me some sort of imposter syndrome. It makes me struggle to attach to that person who did that. And it makes me feel like, oh, my talent has just, like, can I reproduce that? Can I really do that again? But yeah, I guess I'm having to learn how to put out music in a huge, dark version of myself.
Yeah. I do again want to thank you for, being this vulnerable. And I like how you're sort of being lighthearted about it, because these are not easy things to talk about. Like, guys, let's not get this wrong. These are not easy things to talk about. Again, finances, family, friends, as you said, some stuff like betrayal, health, right? But we're in a space where sometimes you speak about these things and you get so much pushback and you think about, and you're like, I'm a human being.
Yeah.
These are things people are going through. Why is this thing such an issue? Right?
I think there's a culture, but there's a culture of victim blaming. There's a culture of I'm about to get teary, but I'm just hormonal. There's a culture of like victim blaming, and especially with men, there's a culture of you for be had. And I think what broke the camel's back for me was the first time I heard my brother cry. And my brother is a grown man. He's like 30. He doesn't cry. He's not very emotional. And so like the first time I heard him cry was when I was like, oh damn, people are actually going through it, and they can't speak because the society that we live in doesn't accommodate being weak or being vulnerable or being like, and I think we see it in a lot of music that people like today. Like, people gravitate towards the Black Sheriffs and the Kwaku Smoke because someone is finally coming out and being open about like the pain and stuff like that. And it's very real. It's very real, especially in the world that we live in right now. It's very real. Yeah,
it is very real. I just want to know also, was it difficult in terms of, now music is your dream, it's your passion. I know you've loved this forever, but getting into this space where you're going to be expressive, you're going to be out there, because I'm like a super introvert, right? But I started this when I was super young. So I was basically learning on the job, having to go into spaces you don't necessarily want to be in, but you go out there, and you do your thing, then you go back to your corner where you like recharge. Like my social battery runs out very quickly.
God, I understand that so much. Like, I feel like whenever I leave my house one day, I need like 2 days to recharge. But
so like getting into the music, were you hesitant? Like,
I think the good thing for me was that I had no other like sensible choice at that time. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, like, because bro, I was thrown into chaos, and it's just like, okay, figure something out. And like, I was being
in the midst of it.
Yeah, I was being an adult by myself alone for the first time, and I didn't know anything. And then I tried it, and I was like, okay, I like this. And then I just kept doing it, and then eventually it became this thing. I didn't always like it. I'm gonna tell you, the last 2 years before like this year, I did not like the experience at all, because I mean, I feel like everybody has that almost give up but don't. Like, at the beginning of this year, I was like, I'm done. This is my last year. Because
wait. Yeah. That's like, hearing this is hard to believe, because this is one of your biggest years so far. So it's the spectrum is beginning of the year, I'm not doing this again. Here, more than halfway through the year, you're having an amazing year.
Literally, the day I dropped Bite the Bullet, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. I was so anxious. I almost didn't drop Bite the Bullet as well. I was so anxious because I think I had played Bite the Bullet to a couple of people that I really respected. And the opinions were not necessarily always the greatest, right? So now I'm putting this thing out where everybody's like, I'm not too sure about that, but like I'm like betting on myself, and it's a scary place to be. It's a very scary place to be. So I think the people who made me put out Bite the Bullet were Shoes and Afro Lectra, because I called Afro Lectra. I'm like, Afro, I don't know about it. I don't know. He's like, listen, if you don't put it out, what are you gonna do with it? So I put it out, and then like I was scared. I was very scared. I'm not gonna lie. And then I think it was doing well. And then with the Twitter thing, it just whooped.
Yeah, it just.
I was like, whoop.
Wow, I would never have thought. I think it goes back to what I said in the beginning. This discussion where it's like, we see all these things out there, but the thing people go through just to put out their art, because basically art is a bit of yourself. It's like that's your baby, right? And we get so heavily criticized with the art we put out. I was saying to my friends again, Kanye West says something where he's like, the people who inspire us the most in society are the ones who get the fingers pointed at them the most. Look at the Michael Jacksons, look at the Muhammad Alis, look at the sportsmen, the athletes, the artists, Aretha Franklins, all these people. If you sit back, right, and you see what they went through just to give themselves to you, it's crazy.
It is insane. It's insane.
Crazy. Like, so when you're putting out this art, right, and you nearly give up and you don't, and you put it out and it does so well, what does this tell you as an individual, like as a woman, as a human being, as an artist? What does this tell you?
I think my thing has always been for service, to connect to people, for to feel like, hey, someone was benefiting from what I was putting out. That has been my thing. And so when I put out Bite the Bullet and I saw people feel like, what's the word? Feel like emboldened, feel seen, feel validated for it. I was like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right. And then I think that's when the dissociation happened, where I was able to step out to myself and kind of look back at like what I had done through the years and appreciate it. And it's not like it's not perfect, but I know what it took me to get there. And I know that like I could have stopped, I could have given up, I could do it, but I just kept going. Lord knows why. But it is scary because I think about the Bob Marleys and I think about the Arethas, and I'm like, yo, God, I'm not trying to be your strongest soldier every Friday. Like, sorry, but like, bro, it's
bro, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I think I found my purpose, and I think that just raising awareness for neurodivergence in the West African context is what is propelling me right now.
How long have you been making music for?
Officially or unofficially?
Okay, let's look at unofficially first, then we'll get to officially.
Okay, unofficially, I've been disturbing my house since I was like 5.
Okay, so you've loved music, it's always been a thing.
Yeah.
That's, so to say, that's where the love has always been. That's where the direction has been. When did it become official?
2021.
Okay, so that's actually not even too long ago.
It's a long time.
2021 is 4 years ago, darling.
In woman years, that's a long time.
Okay, in woman years, that's a very long time.
Yeah.
But in music years, because if we're looking at this for 4 years, right? Look at it like this, for 4 years. Per the conversations I have had with you, right? Per your fans that have followed you, per the comments and the messages I got today because you were coming. It's super impressive, and that's a short time. I'm not saying this to just try and impress my baby girl. But the truth is, as reserved as you are, as honest as you are, and you even take a lot of steps back to deal with yourself, and like you're still out there.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I think
you have to be doing something right.
I mean, I did a lot of things wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I did a lot of things wrong. I stepped on so many toes unintentionally. I did a lot of things wrong. But I think when people say artist development, I feel like most people assume you're going to sit in front of a whiteboard and then they teach you branding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I feel like artist development can also be growing in front of people, failing in front of people, learning in front of people, becoming better with every, and I know I definitely have become better with every step, and that's something that I'm very, very
To digress a little away from the music, have you thought of having, or have you already had, these types of conversations, whether it's conferences, because I know, and it's very, sometimes, my job is to have conversations, right? And I hear these things so much, but it's more behind the scenes. And I can't come and say what somebody told me personally here on air. So be here laughing and having a good conversation, but off air, people tend to pull me to the side and say, Jason, I went through this, you know, or I'm going through this as I'm promoting this. So for these types of conversations, for people who are going through this, who can't come and speak, have you thought of having large sessions or whatever it may be with people in situations like that?
I think one of the things I definitely wanted to do was like either a podcast or like a conference thing just for like raising awareness for neurodivergence. And I think by neurodivergence, people either just say like, oh, I'm depressed or which is one thing, or like, oh, I'm, you know, something, but there's so much more to it than just depression and anxiety and BPD and stuff. And I feel like when you start understanding how your brain works, you can change the game and you can like not manufacture, but you can steer your life. And it really puts the power in your hands. I wish people were more open to having these conversations, but like I said, the culture that we have right now is a lot of before we had culture and stuff like that, which I can't really blame anybody because Ghana likes happy music for a reason. Like if you think about your problems, it go over you. But yeah, I think I've done a talk at Ashesi. I've done a talk at my old school as well. So I've done a few talks as well, but I think this year I was mostly focused on healing so I don't bleed on other people unintentionally.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah,
that's deep. How do you deal with, or how do you explain to fans who want more of you, who want the music, who want to see you on stages, who know your ability and they know what they can get? If maybe there was, for lack of a better word, more consistency, more of you out there. How do you explain to them? Because fans are fans.
Yeah. I saw someone say on YouTube, I'm glad I trusted the process. I was like, hey. Wow. I would say thank you for being patient with me because in as much as I'm an artist, I'm a human being at the same time. And I was a human being going through a lot. And unfortunately, I'm now going through a lot in front of more people. But I think with regards to consistency, and you wouldn't have gotten some of the music that you have now if I wasn't in a bad place. So I would just say that sometimes it's worth the wait.
Oh, I remember also Tiger, you know, I think he said, American rapper Tiger, he said something along the lines of, you know, we have these rap songs where it might seem like it's violence and it's heartbreak and it's attacking, and we have love songs and light music. And he says these bad songs or things people say bad are literally our experiences that we put out. That's why I love people like 50 Cent. You can't recreate a story like that. But that's him. That's why he's the way he is. So he speaks about these things. And they have maybe an Adele, you know, who might go through a heartbreak. And that's her story. So art is art. And I've said this 2 times already, but again, thank you for being open and honest because you're helping so many people who are going
because they helped
through these things. Yeah, they helped you, of course. This year, how many songs so far?
I feel like I've been in this seat before. I think it's been, oh God. It's been one, but there's another one coming.
One isn't bad though. Again, in context of music. What's the most of the people? Come on now.
No, I apologize. Okay.
Did you release any music last year?
Yes.
How many? 3. So you know what? 4 songs in 2 years.
Yeah.
4 songs in 2 years. That's not bad.
Yeah, but then you think about people releasing like one song every month, and it's kind of like, yo, what?
Okay.
But
so took your time because obviously earlier on you said, you know, you thought of giving this up, you came back and then you released music. What's this song called? Because this song, you know the song we're coming to talk about. It has something to do with bullets and things. So tell me about the process in recording this song, because I think the release of it is interesting. You said some people were like, don't do it. Some people were like, do it. And it worked out. Tell me about the process in recording this song.
It's actually funny. This song did not happen. So I had gone into the studio, right? I was working with someone at that time, and I had gone into the studio, and then we had a plan to make hip hop. But then Shoes played me this beat. I was like, no, I have to do something to it. So I called him. I'm like, yo, I need to do 2 songs, but I'm gonna do a hip hop one. It's like, no, we decided on hip hop. No, I'm gonna do the hip hop one, but I need to do these 2 songs. And then we ended up staying till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just to finish that song. And I feel like that song, Well, I mean, if you're gonna ask me what the song is about, but yeah, I'll just leave it for that. But, yeah.
Okay, so the song comes out. What's the song about?
Thank you. I was trying to get into it. Bite the Bullet is.
So it's not bite the bullet.
It is.
Oh, it's bite the bullet, like bite
like
it.
chew it. Like
okay.
the phrase literally means doing something that's difficult or hard and just like.
Because some of my things maybe buy the bullet. I am buy the bullet.
I've heard bite the bullet. I've heard. I'm like, okay.
So let's clarify. It's bite the bullet.
Yeah.
So what does the phrase mean for those who don't know?
So it means like doing something that is difficult, that is hard because you need to, because it's a necessity. And I think Bite the Bullet, I wrote that song at a time where I was going through a lot of betrayal, grief, and generally a lot of pain. And the people who I regarded to me as the closest, in turn, turned around and villainized me for me putting integrity above comfort and putting truth and honesty above image and stuff like that. So it was a time where everybody around me, well, a lot of people around me were like, oh, you're wrong about this. And I'm like, no, because if I was in that situation, I would have wanted someone to do that for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes the hardest things to do are often the most difficult. It was also a lot of time where the people who I was working with were like, oh, well, I mean, they were going through their own things, but they're like, oh, you're uncertain, like you're not too sure. And I'm very opinionated and stuff like that. And sometimes that doesn't really come across well. So I felt very alone, and I didn't really know if I was if I had done it right, if I had done it wrong. I was just in a state of like now trying to reestablish my sense of value, virtue, integrity, and all of that. So I feel like Haeven is, at that point I was going through hell and nobody was there to stand up for me. So I didn't need it to become that person for myself. And I think that's what Haeven represents. And so Bite the Bullet was me reclaiming my power, reclaiming my narrative, being like, I don't care what people say about me. If they choose to have this narrative, they can run with it. But it was also me talking my and stuff like that. Yeah.
But this song really took off after some tweets. So, okay, when you released it, right, how long ago did you release this?
Like, I would say it's about a month now.
A month ago. When you released it, did it get that traction immediately? Or did it like simmer? Like, how was the immediate reaction? I want to know.
So when I released it, I had to tweak a few things because some things just didn't reflect yet. I don't think it got the traction till like a week after. That's when like people were like, what's this? This is the new stuff.
Okay.
But I think what really pushed the song was, and I have to credit him, Jermaine. He's like sort of my creative director, but he's like a good friend of mine and such a talented creative director / videographer. He shot the video that blew up. I shot it in North Studios as well.
Are you talking about this video? Because this song has different videos.
Yeah, but so the red one and the blue one were directed by him and then shot at North Studios with the help.
And which one blew up? Like super? Was it this one?
Both actually, but super blew up was the blue one. The blue one, yeah, and the blue one. Yeah, I think I had a lot of. I'm so grateful for like the friends that I have because I think they were the ones who made it possible. It was so weird. The one that blew up, it was so weird because I was like, oh, like, can we just like, I was gonna go check out the studio, like just go see it because like it's a very close friend studio. And then JJ was like, okay, grab something, let's go. And so even in the video, you see we have like a rag and like a hair tie around the hands. It was very impromptu.
So just off the top, like just the way the song was birthed.
Yeah, very impromptu. What? I'm wearing Secret Lovers. I'm wearing Tribe of God. I love brands. So yeah, it was very impromptu, very off the fly.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, right? and they kept having to like make, cause I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then I put it, I think Sarkodie posted a tweet on Twitter.
Wait. Obede is Obede, right?
Yeah.
Sarkodie, the landlord himself.
Yeah.
The king. So you didn't ask him. You didn't send him a DM. You didn't send him the song.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
You didn't reach out in any way. And Sarkodie himself.
So it's actually Afia that kind of like, I would say really helped because like, I was really considering, should I put out the song? Because you know artists, we want to stay mysterious and stuff like that. So he was like, tag a female rapper. And I was like, mysterious, but also hustle. Mysterious, hustle, mysterious. So I think I put it out. And then I went to sleep and I woke up and I checked my Twitter. I was like, what is happening?
What?
And it was blowing up. And then people started retweeting and tagging. And then a lovely person, retweeted. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? And then Sarkodie retweeted. I was like, oh.
Wow.
It was a very... So very
wow, and I'm sure you're seeing.
And then also like I have to thank Neba Sark as well because I think he.
Oh
also,
okay. Oh, that's my guy.
Yeah,
oh, that's dope. That's dope.
And as well as the Sarkodie fan base. So like they really helped push the video on Twitter and stuff like that. And
wait, on your phone, do you have like your notifications on for social media? Okay,
no.
like me too.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like no notification because in my mind you're gonna be like beep beep beep. It's just gonna be going over and over and over, seeing the notification. So. Now the song is out there.
Yeah.
Have you performed it yet?
I performed it before the song came out like twice just to test the waters, and I think I did it at Annabelle Rose takeover at Rhea Boss's show, and that was so scary. That was so scary. That was such a scary experience because like I'm here like calling out niggas and being like, you get one, you get one, you get one. Everybody's getting shots today. But like really, I'm like shy and stuff like that.
But is it like when you look back at the content you release, right, the music you make? Because I'm seeing you talking to a lovely lady who's talking about her struggles, her vulnerability, the dark spaces, the betrayal, and all these things. And I see Bite the Bullet. It's like, I'm coming for you. It's like it's two different people.
Yeah.
So how do you, I don't know if it's say balance, do you go into a different headspace when you're releasing the music? Or is it at that time, this is who I am?
Yes, it's most certainly that. And I think I get this a lot when I perform because like right before a performance, I'm like, this, and then I go and I'm like, yeah,
right?
and then I'm back to this, and it's like it's a big disparity. But I think for me, ever since I was 5, like the stage has always been that place where I can play any personality, be who I want, play any role. You should ask Rhea; she has like 8 personalities. But like, and I think that's the thing that drives really good performers, just being able to take up on a character and just like embody it.
That's nice.
But, yeah.
So that's what we're promoting for now. Are you getting any new music?
We're getting new music. It might be rappity rap. It might be chill. It might be ravey.
She's got melodies too, Listen to Tika.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be rap. But
okay, so we're gonna get some new music hopefully soon. More music. Where is Haeven right now? At this moment, with everything that you've gone through again, releasing music now, are you in a happy space? Are you still, would you say, okay, I think we're always finding ourselves, right? We're always building ourselves.
Most def.
But where are you right now?
I think for me, my biggest thing was because I do so many things. Like I make clothes. I design 3D
for guys
characters.
too, or just girls?
For guys and girls.
Right, bro. How come my friends haven't worn your stuff before?
I mean,
hey, what's going on?
It's like half of the stuff I wear to shows is stuff I make. But like because I like have so many things that I can do, it's been really a struggle for me to find something that I was like, okay, this is the thing I want to do with my life, And music was that thing, but then but I think now that I'm finding that resurgence of purpose, I think where I am is like really focused, really passionate, and I want to be passionate beyond all understanding. I want to work. So that's where my head is at. Working, focusing, building stability, growth, entrepreneurship and stuff like that.
Oh man, very happy to hear. Very happy in this space. Long may it continue. Yes, amen. Yeah, amen. And like you said, we're getting more music. Have you considered a full body of work, an album, an EP?
I was supposed to drop an EP this year.
The year isn't over. The year
I'm considering, but yeah.
Nice. Very happy you're here. Again, very happy in this place. You're a very big inspiration to myself, and I know a lot of people watching you. Can't wait to hear more music. Can't wait to see more videos. Is there anything you want to tell your fans before you leave us today?
I want to say that someone told me something that I take with me everywhere. if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So I guess, we're in a capitalist society that makes you feel like you have to suffer for some precedented long ass time before you find that relief. But I feel like you can find joy in the little moments. And if you're going through hell, keep going, because why would you stop in hell? Exactly. Put it Haeven. Exactly.
Keep going. Thank you so much for coming through. It's been an awesome one. Can't wait till our next sit down. Yeah. It's always fun whenever I talk to you. I shall be back. She said she's going to be back. That's a promise. So please find her music. So all your songs are on streaming platforms. You can find them. Yeah. Guys, bite the bullet. I guess, when life is lifing, just bite the bullet. Keep going through it. But one thing is, for everything you're going through, and this is anybody watching this, not just through entertainment, at any age group, just know you're not the only one going through. There's people like Haeven who are sitting here being vulnerable, being strong, letting you know about their story to inspire your story. Because I know a lot of people feel like they don't have a mouthpiece. I mean, there is social media, put it out there, but to what extent are we heard? So a lot of people feel like they're not heard in today's world, even though we're in a very loud world. Yeah. And that seems to drown out how we feel. But once again, remember, you are heard, you are valid, and we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to listen to more of her music and going to stress her to release more music. Have a good one.